friends. I am Manoj. A very unprecedented situation and crisis that we are facing. We all are facing. Usually this time, in the month of May, June, generally, fresh graduates start their preparation for civil service. There is a general trend, not hard and fast. But this is really a very tough time, very tough time. May God give us a strength so that we can sail through this time. This time is also a very tough and unusual because generally you might have heard risk management, risk planning, crisis management, etc. There are so many terminologies that moves around managing the crisis, etc. But this is a very peculiar time and really very unprecedented and unusual. Because if you carefully see the way we anticipate any risk and crisis in life and we prepare ourselves to respond it is entirely different than the way we all are stuck in the current situation. So there are three kind of situations. The number one is you can say the known to known, in the sense we are quite aware that what kind of risk and crisis we are going to face, and accordingly we prepare ourselves. For example, any company prepare about the business ups and downs, and then accordingly in the running market, and so is the day-to-day life also, that what kind of situation or crisis we can face, and if it happens, then how to respond it. And so we are able to visualize about the tough situations. And that's why I call it known to known. But the second scenario is known to unknown. Known to unknown means we are not aware that what will happen, means which kind of crisis will come or risk we may face. But if we may face, we have some plan. For example, we all go for car insurance. We all take Mediclaim. We don't know when our car will get some damage or not, when we may face some ill health, and if it happens, then we have a plan to respond it in terms of insurance. So we call it known to unknown. But the current situation is completely unknown to unknown, in the sense we all are like free falling and don't know where is the bottom, and we don't know what will happen, and we also not very sure that how to respond it. And so the third category is unknown to unknown, and that's why this situation becomes very, very critical and very painful, very, very painful. But at the same time, this is also true that if we start looking our individual life, neither this is the first you can say the crisis, neither it is the last crisis. Yes, as a nature, as a scale, we can say about it. But as far as crisis, risk, etc. is concerned, life has its own color, and how it is going to unfold, we don't know. And I do remember a very famous quote of Winston Churchill, which goes like this, that even if you are in hell, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. We don't know when the things will settle down, but one thing is very certain, that it is going to be settled down sooner or later. And so we should prepare ourselves so that once it gets settled down, we should be in a position to run. And to run, we have to move now. So let's move now. Usually this time we, you can say, interact a lot of students, particularly the freshers, the beginners, and they have their own set of queries, set of problems, set of questions. And so I will try in this brief session to just share my experience, that those who are are preparing for the civil services or already have started preparation or are supposed to start preparation, that what kind of stages they go through and how to respond it, So briefly in this session, I will try to you can say, make a brief sketch that from where you start and where you end up, and then what kind of situations, problems, demand, aspirations, etc. you face, and then how you should respond to it. With my limited experience, I will try to express each and everything. And so let's start it. See, whenever a candidate starts its preparation, the first stage you can say, a very novice, a lot of aspiration, at the same time lot of confusion also, because you are started getting a lot of informations from the day one you decide to start preparation to go for civil services examination. And so either you search the Google or the social media, you are you can say bombarded with the information, and sometimes too much information creates chaos. And so at the first stage you will see that this is stakes where usually what happens that you have a lot of dilemma, then what to do, how much time you should give, how much hour you should read, what sources you must go through, etc. You have set of queries, and you try to answer each query at the same time. It will never happen. Don't try to answer each and everything. Gradually let your preparation settle down. So here what you have to do here, number one, that this is a time when you should give frame to your preparation. In the sense, the first thing first, you need to understand a subject. You understand a subject, and that's why it is always says, most of the candidates you will or coaching institutes or mentors always say that always start with the NCERT. See, there is no reason, there is enough reason to say because of the NCERT. We, you, me, everyone has gone through the NCERT in our 10th, 12th classes. But when we have to start it here, the basic reason is simply to understand subject. So understand the subject, nothing else. Don't expect too much, don't demand too much, simply try to understand the subject. So what you need to do, number one, you simply go through NCERT first reading. When you go for the first reading, you may not understand, there are too many things that you may not understand. Don't worry for that. It's very natural, it's very as usual, and there is nothing to get panic about. So first reading must be simply just go through it. Second, make the second round of reading to the NCERT. When you go for the second round of NCERT, usually you will start understanding it better, and then it's now the time to give a frame. Frame in the sense you understand what this subject is. Probably you will not be in a position to go very deep inside to give the depth to your preparation, but certainly you understand what this subject is all about, be it geomorphology, be it climatology, be it Indian geography, be it human geography, or be it you can say constitution, etc. For example, whenever you start constitution, you start with preamble. So just understand what this preamble is all about. You may not be in a position to go very deep inside, and there is no reason to it, to go very deep in the first go. You have to go very deep. But first you understand what is this subject, topic, etc. Nothing else. Now when you are in these stakes, there may be two scenarios. Either you are going for the self-study, or you might have joined any institute or coaching institute, or planning to join any coaching institute this year definitely. candidates are going for the online because classroom assistance will take some time. And so, even if you have joined and started the preparation, then you have to go for two things. Number one, if you have joined, go with the classroom. At the same time, you start reading another subjects also. So at a time, two subjects, not more than that, two subjects. Two subjects, let it go, and fix a time frame, 3 months, 4 months time frame, so with that, or 5 months time frame, so with that, you are very, very familiar with the almost NCERT 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It will help you to give you a frame that you understand the subject. In the first stage, you will realize that there are a lot of dilemma, problems, etc. But one thing is very sure that you should know from the very first day, that this examination is about one and only one thing, that is less is more. Minimum input, maximum output. The day you understand this, the way you understand that how to achieve this minimum input, maximum output, you actually start strategizing accordingly. Otherwise, you will come to know that candidates there are numerous candidates, those you will find in the social media or while interacting, that they read 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours. I don't know. Neither I have seen that it is possible to read that much, but 6-7 hours with good output is enough. Output is more important. So make sure that 6-7 hours good output is sufficient. But to ensure output, you have to you can say define your sources, input. It's not like that all the information and coming to you one after another, and you are accommodating almost all the suggestions. No, not at all. This is what the life is. All the time you have certain problem, you will find that information is flooded, suggestions are flooded. No, not at all. We cannot accommodate it. This is where we have to make choices. We have to prioritize the things, and you need to be focused. Do you know what do you mean by focus? Focus simply means one and only one thing. Simply, if you have a lot of things to do, simply start discarding. And whatever set of things you are left with, you have to focus on that. You have to remain with that. That's it. Focus simply means that. So this is something that you need to understand here. Also, if you understand this examination, probably that will help you to keep yourself on track from the very first day. See, if you talk about the UPSC, you will find numerous suggestions. What UPSC demands, what this examination is all about. But with my limited experience, when I interacted with a lot of students, I came across one and only one thing, and that is that this examination is about only two things. Number one, conceptual clarity, and number two, clarity in expression. I repeat, conceptual clarity and clarity in expression. That's nothing else. You are conceptually good, clear, sound, and you are able to express it with utmost clarity, with simplicity. That's it, nothing else. But it appears to be very, very, you can say easy. It's easy, but it demands a lot of, you can say, practice, consistency, a discipline. Not too many books, not at all. Too many books or too many readings may create chaos, confusion. So stick to the one and only one thing. If possible, just write down to, you could say, in the front of your study table, that minimum input, maximum output. Minimum input. So always you will restrict your input. Minimum. See, problem in the first stage that you will realize that probably you are not able to develop a routine. If you are able to make a routine, you are not able to follow it sometimes because you want to read a lot, you want to grab a lot, you want to perform very fast, but my dear, you have to move with the time, gradually evolve. You have to evolve rather than all of a sudden you want to become something. It's not like that. It will not happen, and it will create anxiety, frustration, pressure, etc. Don't allow it to happen. Go very cool, calm, composed, etc. That's it, nothing else, nothing else. So what I will suggest here, a lot of candidates used to give 3 hours, 4 hours to the newspaper. Read less newspaper when you are in the first stage, because probably you may not be in a position to take maximum out of the newspapers or the current affairs. The reason, do you know why? Because you don't know the usability, how to use informations. So again, it will take certain time, So there is no need to give 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours to the newspaper, not at all, not at all. You will do good with the newspaper and current affairs only when you start understanding the syllabus. UPSC's syllabus is you can say, indicative. It's indicative. You have to make it illustrative. You have to expand it. It takes time. You may get it on IASscore.in in the free resource section. You will find it that we already try to explain, decode each and every subtopic and subsections. So from where you can get it. So my another suggestion would be that spend a reasonable time with the syllabus. Read it once, twice, thrice, 10 times, 20 times. Read it, revise it, and try to get each and every topic, subtopic on your fingertips. You should understand the length and the breadth of the topic. Probably you may not get you can say the essence and the nuances of it, but at least you know that this is what the syllabus is all about, how it appears. And then go with the previous year papers. Don't solve it. Never try to solve it. Just whenever you get time, little bit free time, just flip it, read questions, be it prelims or mains, just go through. It will help you. Again, I am saying you, the very important thing is that you have to create a frame, understanding that this is what this examination is all about. Gradually, it will take time. So this is what you need to take care in the first stage. Then once you start, you can say little bit moving and more focused towards mains or integrated preparation. Gradually you start integrated preparation. So it demands your second stage. Gradually the way you preparation moves, your second stage, you can say, demands 3 things, or you can say, when you call it integrated preparation, it has 2 meanings. You may call it integrated preparation in the sense integration of prelims and mains. Yes, it is also true. But at the same time, when you try to integrate so many things, the different demands or of the examination at the same time, this is also a way to integrate your preparation. So number 1, what happens that number 1, you start giving depth to the concepts. Means you have started diving deeper. The difference between here and here, stage 1, stage 2, like it is like swimming, it is like diving. You have started going deeper of a subject, inside into it. How you do so? You understand it and then you integrate it with contemporary issues. Current affairs. You will do good here in the stage 2 if your planning and management is good here. If you have messed up here, then you may not achieve the target here. Whatever the deadline you set, whatever the goal you set, it will always create difficulty to achieve. So, and the third here is assessment, or you can say answer writing. So, basically you have to integrate these three things in your preparation. When I call it integrated, in the sense also prelims plus mains. This examination is not all about integrated preparation, but certainly integrated preparation can be done, because there are certain areas which demands integrated preparation, because concepts are concepts. Concepts never change according to the nature of the stages, like this is preliminary examination, so the concept will change. This is main examination, so the concept will change. This is the interview stage, so the concepts will change. No, not at all. Concepts are concepts, it will remain concept. And that's why from the very first, you can say, moment I say that concepts, concepts, concepts. So here prelims come mains, but mains and prelims certainly demands very focused approach separately. All the time you cannot integrate, but there are areas and there are level of preparation where you can integrate. For example, when you start your preparation, then obviously there are certain areas which is equally important for both the you can say PT and mains: polity, economy, geography, history, environment, governance. You can integrate it. Certainly you can integrate it. But mains at the same time demands exclusive preparation also. If you look at the total configuration of marks or scheme of the things, there are 1250 marks. Combining general studies and essay. Fine. So out of 1250 marks, you will realize that at least 600 to 700 marks is entirely, completely or dedicated to the main examination. It has nothing to do with the preliminary examination. Nothing to. For example, ethics, internal security, society, world history, essay. There are areas which is exclusively, you can say, the domain of main examination. So first you will integrate it, and at the same time you will separate it also. So the first you will integrate, and gradually you will separate, and you will focus more towards the main examination. And so in the main examination, what important is perspective. In the sense, if you look at one thing, then is there another way to look at things? Is there any second opinion? Is there any perspective to it? And so this is the most important aspect that you need to develop in your second stage of preparation. Here you need, you can say, a regular assessment, a regular answer writing. Here you don't need to write too much. No, not at all. Here you need to write. Here you have to do. Why? I say because unless you start writing regularly, interacting with the mentors, teachers, or the seniors, probably you may not be in a position to give the direction to your preparation. Because practice of law says, very simple, very straight, that if you practice something wrong, it simply means on the D-Day, there is a chance, there is always a chance to commit grave mistakes. Because this is what you have practiced throughout. And so you need to always assess, and your assessment should be very fair. More fair your assessment, chances are always very high. This is what I have learned while interacting with the candidates. They are completely going with the flow, reading. कभी-कभी लगता है यार लिखने का मन करता है, लगता है यार छोड़ो लिखते नहीं है, पढ़ते हैं. साहब यूपीएससी आपको पढ़ने के लिए नहीं बुलाएगी, वो लिखने के लिए ही बुलाएगी, एक्सप्रेशन के लिए बुलाएगी. You have to give test. So it's very important here that two things. Number one, micro management of syllabus. Number 2, improve your expression. So these are the real outcome or the real goal that you need to achieve in the you can say second stage. Sometimes in this stage, a lot of you can say peer pressure, influences, etc. happen, and then you start changing your resources. कि शायद इस किताब से बात नहीं बन पाएगी, इस नोट से बात नहीं बन पाएगी, तो कुछ और कहते हैं. No, not at all. Not at all. Big, or I can say biggest mistake. Never ever change your resources or sources. Just try to improve it. So suppose if you have to work on the globalization or deglobalization or localization, so never ever try to change the complete resources of society or globalization. Rather try to pick 2-3 pages and add on in your existing syllabus or resource or books, notes, whatever it is. Nothing more than this. Once you have taken a decision, respect it. It's not like that always you have to change. No, not at all. So here you have to set the goal like this. So here you are more focused towards mains, despite it is integrated or preparation or level of or a stage of integrated preparation. But here more mains. Now the third stage, when you move to your preparation, here what happens? That you start taking tests more, followed by revision. More test, pre-mains both, more test. So here what happens when you reach to that stage, you have to focus entirely on the practice and let yourself evolve accordingly. So what you do, more you do practice, always, whenever you do practice, I always say in the class, otherwise also, that always keep a notebook or diary, and then whenever you write tests, always after the test, you jot down, you write down your experience, what kind of difficulty you have faced, whether it was conceptual, whether it is time management or etc. And gradually more and more tests you take and more notebook you manage in this way, this notebook will become a sort of mirror to you. It always highlight that the area you need to work more. And believe me, that if you start carefully analyzing yourself, you will realize that in the most of the areas, most of the things, you are good. But what happens that most of the time, we don't have confidence that we are good. So what happens that most of the time we give our maximum input to the time where we are weak. We have to improve it. But at the time, the area where we are good, we don't have to ignore it. So here what happens that again I am saying you that here it's time to completely reverse the pyramid. Test will here number 1 concept, number 2 perspective, integrate contemporary issues, go for assessment, answer writing, etc. And here once you go, certainly start taking, then you will come to know very specific, very pinpointed the topic or the subtopic where you need to revisit. You will realize that in the most of the area you are good. You know there is no need to you can say visiting again and again. If you are good, you are good. And so this is how you have to you can say move. Here you will realize that once you go for the test, you need to test your perspective, you need to test your expression, you need to also test your memory, because in preliminary examination, or when you are preparing for preliminary examination specifically, you need to learn how to catch smaller facts, small things. That matters a lot. That matters a lot in the preliminary examination. Otherwise also, while writing answer of the main examination, certain data of recent reports, be it Niti Aayog or any other report or whatever it is, depending upon. So the third part is very important, and here you have to reverse the order, focus more on the test. There are crucial points of this entire journey. Fine. When you start moving. See, when you are here and gradually you, your level of preparation goes high, depth in the subject you achieve. You need to give depth. This is what it means. जैसे जैसे साहब आप ऊपर जा रहे हैं, आपकी पकड़ टॉपिक पे माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द सिलेबस is very crucial. Is very crucial. Those who are able to do so, they are through. They are through. मैं और भी अभी सेशंस लूँगा जिसमें मैं कट ऑफ स्पेसिफिकली बात करूँगा, because in one session itself is not possible to capture all the things, and that's why I have decided to go very general here, just draw a kind of a framework. So with that, in the next session, I will take more specifically about the managing the syllabus, about the cutoff, about answer writing specifically, along with the other faculties that we will start doing, because this is what at the GS score, we interact a lot with the candidates, and it helps us to understand this examination better through those kind of interaction, and because they write here also, they interact here also, and once they write in UPSC and qualify, then obviously there is a lot of things that we learn also. We learn also, no denial of the fact. This is what the life is all about. You always keep yourself, you can say, you have to learn. You have to learn. Then only you can be alive. Otherwise, there is you can say there is no life, not at all. You are dead, completely dead. So this is what you need to take care. Now, students face a problem because they want to get everything very quick. No, not at all. Not at all. My dear friend, it's not like Maggie where you get or instant coffee. 2 minute में मैगी हो जाती, instant coffee हो जाती, no. It takes a lot of time to get command over the subject. It will take time. It will take time. And this examination demands consistency, discipline. Hard work सभी करते हैं यार. अगर आप कर रहे हो तो कुछ नया नहीं कर रहे हो. नया तब करोगे जब कंसिस्टेंसी होगी, डिसिप्लिन होगा, अप्स एंड डाउन्स होंगे, लो फील करोगे. दिस इज़ व्हाट द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर, और ये बहुत नेचुरल है. आप में भी होगा, हम में भी होगा, और अगर कोई नहीं कहता है तो इसका मतलब वो मशीन है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल. अगर वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग और अगर इधर हार्ट है, पल्स है, तो वो लो हाई ये फील होगा. लेट इट बी, नो इशू फॉर दैट. No issue for that. It's very natural. There is nothing called unnatural into. But at the same time, we need to learn how to manage it. It should not become so heavy that it starts damaging the whole preparation. कभी-कभी होता है. तो इसलिए consistency is very important. This is what I have learned. A lot of time, candidates used to make a routine, which is really very difficult to follow. भाई 3 सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं, इतना टाइट शेड्यूल बनाया हमने, इतनी टाइट शेड्यूल बनाई है कि 1 वीक में मुझे ये ख़त्म करना है, 2 वीक में मुझे ये ख़त्म करना है, और जब नहीं कर पाते हैं तो देन वी हैव गिल्ट कि साहब रूटीन बना रहे हैं, फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. साहब अनरियलिस्टिक रूटीन बना ही क्यों रहे हो? किसने कहा आपसे? किसने कहा? एक रियलिस्टिक रूटीन बनाओ, ईजी रूटीन बनाओ, लेट इट गो. आराम से चलते हैं, आराम से चलते हैं. Again, I am saying you, because conceptual clarity is more important than anything else. You understand a subject, then only you can use of current affairs, perspective, answer writing. तभी इसका meaning, otherwise कोई meaning नहीं है इसका. So, because expression also evolves gradually. It takes a little bit time. That demands consistency, regular practice, gradually, and ask yourself, really ask yourself, and honestly ask yourself. जब भी लिखने का मन करता भी होगा तो भी लगता है कि छोड़ो यार, लिखते नहीं है, 2 घंटा पढ़ ही लेते हैं. आधा घंटा लिखने से ज़्यादा अच्छा है कि 2 घंटा पढ़ते हैं. It's not like that. Both are different things and the purpose is different. So if it demands a good expression, you have to force yourself to write regularly. Write. Always write with the mentors. Always. So with that you get feedback, good feedback, and then you work upon it. This is what I wanted to share. This is my, you can say, a limited experience, which I wanted to share with the beginners, those who are preparing now, or see, everyone wants a good future. Who doesn't want it? And definitely civil services gives opportunity to realize your dream, a lot of scope to work, and probably though no other service of this nature exists in our country. It does not mean there is a comparison. There are entrepreneurs, there are other services, they are delivering much better. But certainly these services had its own importance and opportunity also, and no one can deny. But good service, you can say it's a process. Why I say it's a process? That it gradually evolves. You cannot achieve everything in a single day. So maintain consistently, and you will achieve it. You will realize it. So again, my last word. Very tough time, but we have to move. आज जो चलना शुरू करेगा, कल वही दौड़ेगा. We cannot wait that when the time will establish normal, etc. Then we'll start preparation, or then we'll do certain things. We all are living in a flux, I know it. But at the same time, life doesn't give us opportunity to be very relaxed and write down a very good script like a movie filled with the songs, cinematography, character, etc. There are very less people so privileged, those who are able to live very scripted life. Otherwise, you will realize जो हमारी आपकी एक ज़िंदगी है, वो ज़िंदगी कैनवस पे पेंटिंग करने से कहीं डिफरेंट होती. जो रियल लाइफ की पेंटिंग है वो आपको हमको भागते हुए करनी पड़ती है. भागते हुए. दिस इज व्हाट द लाइफ इज. हमें भागते हुए पेंटिंग करनी है साहब. हमारे पास बैठ के पेंटिंग लाइफ में नहीं कर सकते हम. वो कैनवस की पेंटिंग और लाइफ में कलर फिल करने की और लाइफ में कलर फिल करना, उसको एक्सेप्ट देना, दैट इज इंटायरली अ डिफरेंट थिंग. We have to run, we have to move. At the same time, we have aspirations, we have our imagination, we are able to see something, and at the same time, we have to fill colors also into it. So this is all about, you can say, I wanted to share with you. And in the coming days, we'll regularly interact with you. We are now able to access our you can say classroom in the sense the live studios and all, because we started doing online session from the very first day, the day we started GS Score. From that day we are doing online classes. So online classes is not new for us, not at all. From the very first day of GS Score, we are doing live classes, online classes, interaction, dot clearing session. These all are the things that we are doing. So we'll keep in touch. Stay blessed. Thank you.